Okay, so I'm going to be pushing and pulling and all kinds of things. So I need you to basically resist me at every, I don't know if you've ever had box braids or anything like that back in the day, but usually the ladies do pretty good at holding their heads upright, but just in case, I want you to know what I mean when I say it. So,
Do you retwist like tight?
I don't know. I don't think so. You have to tell me.
Okay.
I
Cause I know some like I think I went somewhere one time like a couple years ago and she retwisted my hair like so tight like I feel like my edges were screaming.
Ooh, so I instinctually want my clients to keep their hair so that they come back.
Right.
So I try not to. I try not to do anything too tight because it makes a difference.
Yes.
And if it's pulling, I usually tell my clients to tell me, but usually I don't have a problem with anything except for barrels. Because
Mm-hmm.
barrel twists,
Yeah, you gotta.
you get to a point where you can't see what you're doing. And as long as I can see the scalp, I can be sure that it's not pulling too tight. But if I can't see the scalp, then I have to kind of
Mm-hmm.
hope it's not pulling too tight or guess. Or, I mean, sometimes I'll try to loosen it while I'm going, but then it won't stay. I don't know. People like those, but like,
I
that's
don't.
my
I don't like
most.
hairstyles like that because it's too much tension on my hair.
A lot of people, well, it's bulky. So it's, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like
I'm
it.
not a fan, but some people love it. And yeah, and they say I do a really good job. So
Mm-hmm.
so I do it because they ask me to. But
Yeah.
most people don't like them. A lot of people say they're itchy. Like and I don't think that they're necessarily itchy. I just think that it's just you can't get to your scalp
Mm-hmm.
because it's underneath that big old thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they're basically touching back here, so
Right.
you can't get to it. And so if it's itchy and you can't get to it, it's even itchier because now you can't even do anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think
So
it's
that
too
might be,
much. That's why I just get simple like styles like.
but yeah, I think most of yours are a good size for two.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only
Yeah.
gonna do three where I can if there's some teeny tiny ones.
Okay.
But yeah, so you usually do styles that you could just like pull up, and
Yeah.
I just wish more people did because that's what's so good about locks is that you can do all the stuff you used to want to do
Mm-hmm.
but couldn't easily.
Right.
It's just so much better.
Yeah.
It's just so much
Strands loops. I think
because
I've done I forgot what it's called, but it would just be like braids and then the back was like two strands.
hmm
It was like barrel twist, but
probably, but they're less.
they were
There's less
individual.
tension when they're
Yeah.
not going all the way to the back. I usually try to encourage that. Get some barrels in the front, sure, for the look, but then
Right.
rope it in the back or leave it down in the back because that's gonna be healthier.
But they were like it was like five of them at a time. It was like five individual.
Yeah, because they're only going back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I just did that yesterday.
I really
hmm
I did that like a couple years ago for my birthday, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some people's every time style. I got some people that get that every time.
Right.
It accomplishes the get it out of my face,
Oh
and then also it's down so you can see how long my hair is. And then
yeah. Right.
and then when you take it down, you got that same look, but it's wavy in the back. So it's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to take it down. It's all curly.
But like the styles where you throw it half up, half down, or you put it in a couple of buns, or you put it in a messy bun,
Mm-hmm.
or even when you're just wearing it down, it's like all the styles
Mm-hmm.
that you used to want to do, but you couldn't just do them.
Right.
And now you can just put them up real quick, real quick.
Yeah.
And it can be fuzzy all around the edges and it still looks cute. It's just the best thing
Right.
that ever happened.
Yeah. I love locks. I love my. I was so. It was the best decision until I went there when I did. So yeah. I try to. I do like the messy bun though. Like sometimes I be wanting to like tighten up my buns.
That's been my go-to everyday style since I was like 10.
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
A messy bun comes in so many varieties.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I love my messy buns.
Yep. got like 3 different kinds at this point. Sometimes the messy bun has a little bang hanging out. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes the back is out. Well, I've shaved my whole everything except for the top. At this point, I'm over hair.
Yeah.
But I'm here for y'all.
Like 1 or 2 now, in the back. Or like I have one lock
Just
out.
so many variations and varieties. Okay, push your head towards me. Yep. And I can see that your hair's been too tight.
Yeah.
Multiple times before. I'm glad you stopped going there.
Right. I was like, what?
Because, yeah, the hairs will, so two things can happen, but the main thing that happens when it's too tight is that the hairs will pull out of the follicle. If the hairs pull out of the follicle too many times, it makes you bald.
Right.
I think they call it traction alopecia, but that is actually not traction, it's from pulling. Or maybe, I don't know what pulling alopecia is called. Traction alopecia is about them wigs.
Right.
But yeah, you pull the hairs out too many times and then they just don't grow back. They pull them out, grow back. Pull them out, grow back, and they just stop.
Like sensitive. I would say I'm tender-headed, but it's just sensitive.
I'm tender-headed, so.
So at least I can like, not too tight.
Yeah, and it's not even necessary. They hold together like Velcro. Like, you don't even have to do much to get them to stay together. It's all in just the science of the hairstyle that makes it stay together. You don't really have to do all this stuff. But you being tender-headed definitely should want to not go so long between appointments, or get really good at separating them in between time. Cause yeah, it hurts more when you gotta separate them from being matted together. And you don't have to have that. You only get that after about 7 weeks. 6 weeks they start to break. 8 weeks they start to be matted a little bit. 10 weeks they be matted a lot, and so on. It's like you're doing free form every couple months.
Right.
But yeah, for tender heads, you do not want to do that because it hurts trying to separate them. And I sometimes cut the hair to separate it, but when I have to cut it to separate it, it doesn't lock back in right away. Versus when I pull it to separate it and it's like more of a frayed end, that locks back in easier. So if I have to cut it because it's so many hairs that are on the wrong side of the part or whatever, then they end up like a blunt end, and that blunt end takes an extra couple months to lock into back where it's supposed to be. Versus when I pull it, it locks back right away, but then you usually can feel it. I'll be trying to make sure you can't feel it, but it's hard. But yeah, 6 weeks if you can, even if you do your own halfway. So every 6 weeks you do it, and 6 weeks you go get it done. So you only have to go to the salon every 12 weeks, but your hair is still staying separated so that you don't have to feel this pain. Because nobody wants to feel this. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm tender-headed. I can't do my own hair without being in pain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine is not that bad.
You see, I've heard of tender heads where they can at least do their own hair, but everybody else do it hurts. I can't even do my own. I'll be sitting in my chair doing my hair like, ouch. My kids be looking at me like, you realize you're the one doing it, right? Yeah, well, gotta do what I gotta do. But yeah, so far, like your behavior I haven't even clocked tender-headed from that. I only know it because you told me.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't think I'm tender-headed. My scalp is just sensitive.
Got you. I was gonna say the tender heads be right away like they be jumping and stuff. I'd be like, oh, I guess I gotta use the blade. Cause yeah, I'm not trying to hurt nobody now.
Right.
That's why I don't like if little kids be crying. I'm sorry, Mom. You gonna have to do it. I can't do it. It's making me sweat. My blood pressure start going up. I feel like I'm torturing somebody. I ain't signed up for that. I did not sign up to be a torturer. Because yeah, I'm one of them. I'm flinching and crying, and hairstylists hate me, and I understand. So that's why I don't even be bothering them. Just do my own hair. And Lord knows I don't be wanting to. And I got a hair type that feel like it need to be washed every 4 days. My scalp makes so much oil so fast. But that's how I figured this all out because like I can't. I'm too tender-headed to do my hair that often. But it needs to be washed every 4 days. So that's how I figured out what was on my scalp and how to get it off, without even putting anything on there. I experimented with Blue Magic and was like, oh heck no, hair was so dirty I had to wash it like 20 times. It just was not coming out. That stuff. Because water and oil don't mix, and because soap needs water, if you can't get it wet, you can't get a suds to bust. Which is why I was telling you about your hair eating my soap. Because if there's oil there, the soap's just gonna disintegrate. The soap's just gonna you put it in and then it disappears. And you put it in and then it disappears. That's why I said it be eating. That's how I always know, because the soap be over here. The oil be eating the soap up.
Yeah, I think I ain't gonna try that though.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. The salon in Norcross actually had it on the wall. I had basically all the stuff we've talked about so far. A couple other things on the wall. Water and oil don't mix. Moisture equals water. No oil was the biggest font that I could possibly get. I just had it huge with an exclamation point. No oil.
Yeah.
Okay, oh, not towards me, just straight ahead. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, it's an easier life.
But I don't really use it often anyway. It's just when I do, I probably just saturate.
It'd be a lot, yeah. That's what I said, because, yeah. And your whole scalp's not raw, but the top is, which is usually, and that's where most of the oil ends up at. The rest of it get a little bit, but the top is gonna get the most of it because you can see that part, so you're gonna make sure it gets.
Yeah, I definitely could see it when I went in the mirror.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna go away, but it might do some weird stuff over the next month. So just be patient with it. Use water to alleviate.
What kind of weird stuff?
So your scalp is shedding every day. It's been shedding underneath a layer of oil much of the time, not all the time, maybe, but some of the time. And so it's still shedding, but it's kind of looks different coming off of the raw scalp than it does because it should be flaking like little tiny microscopic flakes that you don't even see. But if it sheds underneath oil, then you see them right away because they kind of clump together. So it's just kind of like scabby over. It's not like super crazy flakes or anything. It just be a little scabby, and it's like, okay, it looks like there's a little scab on your scalp, like a little flaky scab, and then you just kind of scrape it away and go on about your life. Put some water to it if you feel like you put a wet washcloth on it and just, just dab away. If you need to, just resist the urge to fix it with oil because that's might be what you did before. It's like, well, what is that? It must need oil.
Had scalping problems, so I guess at least as far as I was concerned.
Okay, yeah, nothing too major. You was about to wash it by the time you saw anything, more than likely. Because it was a little bit flaky in that same area. The part that's raw now was a little bit flaky when you first came in, but it wasn't. I've seen really bad. It wasn't really bad, and it was just there. It wasn't everywhere. So sometimes it'd be oily faces that be just. We don't wash the part closest to our scalp, so it might be just your face oil, but just whatever you do, don't add nothing to it, that's all. Use water, a towel, scratch it a little bit, whatever you need to do. If there's anything there, just get it away. And that's if it was bad enough to be needing to recover, because I don't think it was super bad, because I've seen like really big flakes that are stuck in the hair and you gotta break them apart and pull them out of the hair. Nothing like that. Right. Just tiny little flakes, but, and then you said it'd been 8 weeks? Wait, you said it'd been more than 4 months?
I think the last time I got my hair done was in August, the end of August.
Okay, so I think that's 3. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, if that's all you had for 3 months, that's actually really good. Especially if over the course of that 3 months you use any oil. That's really actually good. Because, in 3 months with heavy oil users, there'd be flakes everywhere. They be all up in it. As I'm retwisting, I'm having to pick them out. You do not have nothing like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't really...
But there's something in there, though.
Yeah.
Because it was eating my soap. I saw it eating soap. But it might just be in your locks though, just from the times that you've used it. Because it don't let go. That'd be my problem. If it washed out easily, we wouldn't have a problem. You can do whatever you want. But it'd be so hard to get out. Then it'd be clogging my drains. Just the disrespect. And it clogs drains, I guess, the same way that high cholesterol clogs your arteries. It just sticks to the sides. So it just slowly, the drain just slowly gets slower and slower until one day it don't drain. And you're like, what? And then I have to go and I have to take the pipes apart like I'm a plumber. And then just like I take paper towels and ball them up and then stuff them through the pipes. And it's like this big gelatinous black ball of, it's gotta be hair oil. It could be, it's not, I don't think it's natural oil. I think it's the artificial stuff. And then over time it just coats the drain until there's a tiny little pinhole that finally closes up. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta clean the drains. And I can't clean them with the thing that cleans hair because it just doesn't get it out. I have to take them apart. And it stinks, so it smells like the sewer. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. And it'd be tiny little pieces of hair stuck in there because locks don't really be shedding. So locks is collecting the hair that sheds. So back when I used to do all that loose hair, there was lots of hair in the drain. But now, not very much hair in the drain, but oil. Thick, black. And it's never black when you put it in, but I think it's black because it's so sticky that it collects dirt like crazy. So I say it's not moisturizing, it's sticky. It's not for us. We deserve better, honestly. I think that it was malicious, actually. When I think about what it does to afro hair and how you can't comb it, but you have to comb it if you don't want it to lock. But you're telling us to put something on it to make it easier to comb it actually makes it harder to comb, and it makes it break easier when you do comb it. It's already dangerous to comb it as it is, which is why we lock. But yeah, you combing it with that grease that makes it stick together, now it breaks easier. Now it's very clear to me why our hair wasn't long for so long.
Right.
Oil and combs. That's it. We didn't need neither one of them, to be real. I don't know if you noticed, but I almost never use a comb to retwist. I don't need to. I do mostly the parts with my fingers, and it makes it less dangerous to me.
I always thought that was kind of interesting, like how could we, use it to turn it.
It's like combs are for removing shed hair. If I'm locking, I'm keeping all that, so I don't need a comb. But I do have clients sometimes who their parts have been so lost from so much time of not getting it done, or the hair sometimes be sharp, and trying to separate it with my fingers cuts me. So I'll just use a comb, but it's not faster. It's a little bit easier, but it seems to me to take longer. And I don't be trying to be here all day.
Right.
I got more people to see, more things to do. But
you have a full schedule today?
Yes, ma'am. What's today? I thought. Yep, it's Tuesday. It feels like Friday, but no, it's Tuesday. But usually I was gonna say my Fridays are always booked, but this is not Friday. It's Tuesday. But yeah, it's Tuesday. It's actually I'm booked till Thanksgiving right now, and because somebody just asked me the other day, and I was like, I don't think I have anything until after Thanksgiving. But last week, she tried to get in last week because I was empty, quiet, just slow days all last week. I think everybody was waiting till Thanksgiving, trying to get closer to the holiday first. I said, I understand y'all, but like the rest of November shouldn't just be empty though.
Right.
Because a lot of the stuff I did at the beginning of November is still going to be good on Thanksgiving.
Right.
But yeah, they were serious. These next couple weeks is nonstop. Probably won't even get a cancellation, which is cool.
Do you work on Thanksgiving too?
Not usually. Even though I don't be doing nothing. Like I have. This year, me and my sister, I told her, only thing I'm making is meat. Say, if you want any sides, make all the sides you want. I'm not making no sides. I'm only making meat, and most of it I'm putting on fire. Because I like meat that's touched flames or smoke.
Yeah.
Well, One or the two or both. It's just delicious.
My brother
So
loves smoked meat. Like he has a he both of my brothers are cookers, so they just love cooking. My middle brother, he's a smoker, so he all he does is smoke meats.
it's good.
He loves.
It's something about that flavor. It just really hits. And
Yeah, he does it really well. It tastes really
yeah,
good.
so that's all I'm having. I'm having smoked meats and fire flame touched meat. My sister said she's making a prime rib, which is delicious. And yeah, I don't know what else is going to happen, but I'm going to be eating meat, and I'm going to be off that day, even though I don't really care. I could work. It don't even take that long to make that much meat. Throw some of it in the smoker early in the morning, and just wait. Some of it cooks right there in the smoker. It's good stuff. Well, my sister want to make a prime rib, so I guess we're gonna have that too. Even though I was already making meats, so I don't know if she's gonna want to make sides, but we might not have no sides. I'm a carnivore. I only eat meat, so I don't know. I probably will make like some deviled eggs because that's eggs are meat. It still counts.
Right.
Ain't gonna be that much of other stuff in it, just a little bit of other ingredients, mostly just the egg. So I'm gonna make that. Yeah, I haven't done Thanksgiving like that before. We usually just do the traditional stuff, but I am so tired of all that stuff. I hope to never see dressing again in my life.
My mom asked me, she's like, I don't want to do anything, cook nothing different this year. And me and my brother's like, no. No, we don't.
Yeah, I want y'all traditional. Still young.
One year she made us do like a seafood brunch or something like that.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
It's not.
That's for a random Sunday.
Yeah.
We do that on Easter or something. No, it's about to be 4th of July at my house. We having meat. We having meat. And I'm only taking the day off because I've left Thanksgiving open like on years when I didn't do nothing for real. And people don't book anyway.
Yeah.
Not usually. If they do, it just be the early appointment, which I still could do, but I probably won't.
Right.
I'll just use it as an excuse to take an extra day. I'm already booked the day after Thanksgiving, which I thought was funny because I was like, I wonder if they know. But I'm sure they know. They probably, some folks don't care about that. Maybe their family ain't just taking random pictures of them when they caught off guard eating. So, but it'd be probably the people whose families are.
Right.
Like, they ain't gonna catch me slipping this year, posting me all on the internet looking like that. So even if I'm feeling my face, at least I'm gonna look good.
Right.
Because, busiest holiday every year since I've been in Georgia. When I was in Nebraska, it was 4th of July, actually. But I guess that's because it's really cold on Thanksgiving there. And so I'll be booked, but not like the 4th of July. But here, 4th of July don't be nothing.
I would think Christmas would be more.
Well, nope, New Year's. I'll be booked around Christmas for like work parties and stuff. But like not the actual, like not really close to the day. Oh, usually the people that are getting their hair done close to Christmas are getting it done for New Year's, usually. Yeah. And I won't be taking Christmas off, but I probably won't be booked. It's just like Thanksgiving. It might be a few people that book it. But the last holiday, I think, was Memorial Day. I worked all day that day. Some of the holidays where people be taking off, I work all of those. Like, I only take the main ones. And like for New Year's, I'm not taking off. I'm not finna do nothing. I'm gonna be asleep way before midnight. I'm gonna be asleep way before midnight.
I think I'll work New Year's Day because I work at the hospital, so I work overnight too.
So you get to hear the shenanigans. They better not wake me up. That's what I know.
Well, I'll be there New Year's night, but New Year's Eve.
I never even know which day is the day you're supposed to take off. Like the day after, probably because of the hangovers or whatever.
I do the day before just so I can bring it New Year's Eve in with like myself, not at work.
See, if I'm staying up till midnight, I can't go to work tomorrow. So I can go to work that day, and then I can stay up to midnight. Oh, okay, yeah. It's gonna be nighttime anyway. Yeah. That way you get to enjoy the festivities instead of being at work, because you're gonna be at work when it's time. Yeah,
Right.
no, I wouldn't like that.
Right.
I still would rather be somewhere safe, just in case. I don't know why, but New Year's always feel like a time for something to pop off. Why is that? I don't know.
I know, yeah.
I think ever since Y2K, because Y2K they were trying to make like it was gonna be something. I think ever since Y2K, it seemed like New Year's is something gonna pop off. Nothing's happened yet, but every time I be like, I'm gonna stay at home. I'm gonna stay at home. I'm gonna go to bed early. Y'all let me know what happened tomorrow.
Go out, like, party for New Year's Eve anymore. It would just be so much going on. If I go, it'd be like if somebody hosts like a, get together that we know, maybe like an event, Stone Mountain or something, but not like at the club or nothing like that. That's when stuff pops off.
Well, I'll be hiding out. So never get to see anything. Get to. No, but that's what happens when you get old, because I used to be out. I want to see what everybody else was doing. I know what they doing now, so I don't even like, oh yeah, I know what they're doing. Yeah. That's fun to them still, And it used to be fun to me. But now it's not. So I'm gonna get out their way.
Right.
Have they fun. Nothing worse than the Oprah and the bars and the clubs. What are you doing here? They don't be knowing. They don't realize it. They don't see it. But yeah, it's too loud for me. The last time I went, I was like, ooh, it's loud in here.
Oh yeah. It'd be super loud. I mean, last time me and my friend went, when we walked well in there, we was like, it's so loud. And when we left, our ears were ringing.
Ears is ringing. You can't even hear yourself trying to talk to. I'm trying to talk to you. You right next to me. I'm screaming. I can't hear me. So I know you can't hear me. What is this? And then back home, they stopped all the smoking and stuff in the clubs. But down here, they don't care about that. Do what you want. Enjoy yourself. I know, right? It's like, well, who gonna tell?
Right.
One of us finna call? Like, no.
Right. And police be the ones in there watching the door and stuff, so
they know it. They
just
know
be
it.
like, whatever.
Yeah, they ain't getting paid for that. That's not what they here for today.
Right.
Hey.
Hello?
native hair care and join thousands of happy humans who chose clean. It's native. Wait, these are for you. Shoes for every giver. Thank you. No, thank you. Shoes for every.
I think you had a odd number before they did that connection. Now you have an even number.
Oh, okay. I always forget.
Yep, it's even. Because I didn't end up making any 3 because they're the only ones that are really small are like closer to the edges.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is that, and I see it a lot too, but the ones that are closer to the edges need to be bigger usually.
I can
'Cause-
find a couple of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, yeah, you can tell because the ones on the edges will be struggling until you do make them bigger.
Right.
But usually they do them smaller, and then the ones in the middle they do bigger. The ones in the middle need to be the smaller ones. So,
Right.
but those are things you can change slowly over time.
I think I like cut 1 or 2 on my edges because they were like just hanging out.
Yeah, and you're just like whatever hair is there loose, add it to the other one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I think that happened here too because it's like on a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, I'll probably change some of this stuff up if I see you again,
Yeah.
just to make them more. Because the ones in the middle will feel tight if they're too big. So I try to make sure they wasn't too tight. But if they're bigger than they should be, they'll feel really tight when you twist them. And you're not even necessarily pulling too tight, but it'll feel like it is anyway. So you got to be careful when you do that. But slowly over time, not just, inch them to be a little bit bigger on the edges and smaller towards the middle. Just it's time consuming. It takes time because you can't do it all at once. You essentially be causing harm to try to do it all at once. But if you just take a little sliver of hair every time and move it over, eventually the sizes change and nobody's the wiser. Don't even notice it. But yeah, if I was to try to do it all in one day and then something happened where you couldn't come in a couple months, hair on the floor. You can't just do a little millimeter of hair at a time. It slowly transforms the sizes. But it only works when there's, 2 big ones and 2 small ones. When they're all too big, can't fix that. Well, I've recently done my first reconstruction where they're too big, and my idea was to put, because if they're too big, I can't take hair away from it. I have nowhere to put it. Because the other lock next to it is also too big, so I can't give it to that. Like right now, if I have 2 locks, one's big and one's small, I can take a little bit of hair from the bigger one, give it to the smaller one until they're more equal in size. But if they're all too big, there's nothing I can do. If they're all too small, I can take 2 or 3 or 4 and make them bigger. But if they're all too big, can't do nothing. So what I decided to do is split them like in half. Not split the whole thing because I've seen those turn dreads, just fall apart. Because it's locked all up and through there. You can't cut it in half and keep it. It's going to fall apart. But it takes a couple weeks. So, but if I just take a little bit of hair from the new growth and separate it from the lock, and then I put an extension on the loose hair. So that's what I don't know how it turned out yet because I just did it not that long ago. And she didn't do her whole head. She only had me do half a head. She said, we're going to do the other half next time. So we'll see how that half did. I think it did well, though. It's probably good. Yeah. I'm sure she's happier now with her hair more fuller. Because you've seen people where it's like they have 10 locks. What did y'all do that for? Right, I don't understand that. Most of us can't support that. Like most people can't get micro locks because they're too small for most of everybody. Most people can't get those super huge ones either because they're too big for most everybody. Wicks and sister locks are dangerous.
Oh, really?
The only way you can do them is if they match. If the curl pattern. So the curl pattern, that's another thing that was on the wall the other shop was curl pattern determines lock size. Because if I have a big fat loose curl and I try to give myself teeny tiny little locks, they're just going to constantly try to mat together. They're going to try to become bigger because they need to be stronger in order for them to work. But if you have a teeny tiny curl pattern and you try to get big fat ones, then that tiny curl is going to try to pull away from that big old. If it's being pulled way over here, it's going to break off and go back over there where it's comfortable at. And so if you have a very fat loose curl pattern, like sometimes mixed people or some of the Hispanics be having, so they can have big fat locks and they be healthy. And then if you have a super super tight Afro curl, which most black people do not have. More of the motherland be having that hair.
Right.
A super, super tight, tiny little coil that can go around the head of a needle. That tight can be a sister lock. But that's the only kind.
Like most Africans
be having sister lock. Yeah, they can have them. Most of black Americans have a looser curl pattern than that. Which is why I hate 4C, because 4C is shenanigans. It's malarkey. I just saw something the other day that I thought was really good. I'm going to... She said that if anything, it should be 1. If you're gonna type the hairs, ours shouldn't be at the end because it's definitely came from the original person. So that would have been, this would be hair 1, hair type 1, and then everything else will come after that. What I didn't like is that they only had like 3 curl patterns on there and 2 of them were loose. It's like way many more curl pattern sizes than that I've seen. Like that chart wasn't even enough. And then most of them were straight. The chart didn't even have enough curl patterns on it. And it had 16 and most of them were straight. That's malarkey. I said, that's the same curl. That's the same as that one. It's the same as that one.
Right.
And they finally get to the curls and it's 3. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, no. Because I know I got like 2 or 3 different curls on my head.
It's usually the density. So it's thinner around the edges. It's more dense and thick in the middle. So it feels like that. But when I do starter locks based off of the curl size and then the density as well, because again on the edges they need to be bigger. All the way around the hairline is less dense, and then in the center is thicker. So when I do it like that, where I make the partings smaller in the middle and larger around the edges, the locks be almost exactly the same size all over the head. Even though you can feel that it feels looser in the top or it feels tighter in the back, but when you put them all in like that, it'd be like magic, like perfect. And it took me a long time to figure that out. So I really need people to appreciate how much time I put into figuring it out. But I had started learning about the Fibonacci sequence, and that's when I realized that we all got the Fibonacci sequence on top of our heads. You heard of the Fibonacci sequence? It's like the math that makes up the entire universe. So the math is actually 1 + 1 = 2. And 2 + 1 is 3. 3 + 2 is 5. 5 + 3 is 8, and so on. You're basically adding 2 numbers together. Then the next 2 are added, the answer plus the next number. And then the answer to that plus the next number. So it basically gets bigger fast because you're adding the last answer to the next number instead of, so 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 1 is 3, 3 + 2 is 5, 5 + 3. So you're adding the answer plus the last number that you added. And it just gets bigger really fast. Well, when they graph that out, that mathematical equation, it makes a spiral. The spiral starts tiny in the middle, and then it just gradually gets really big as it goes out. And the spiral that it creates is found everywhere in the entire universe. So like the actual universe has a spiral that's made like that. DNA, a snail's back, a starfish's belly, a rose, just everything on this planet that occurs organically and naturally has some sort of spiral to either how it's created or how it looks. And like even a fetus, when they're born, they start out as a tiny little spiral and they just start getting bigger. And so one thing I notice about that spiral is that I see it on everybody's head. Like, I mean, not everybody, but I used to work at Sport Clips and Great Clips. White people have it on top of their heads. And then when you see black men with waves, because other than that, you can't see it. The afro, the dreads, nothing, you can't see it. But when they have waves and they wear it short, you can very visibly see that spiral right on top of their head that starts tiny and then it gets bigger as it goes out. That's why they brush it outward like that to get the waves. And so I was like, okay, the spiral is everywhere. It's also on top of our heads. And then that's how I figured out the math, because when it makes like the petals on a flower, the petals in the middle are tiny and then they get bigger as they go towards the edges. The petals just get bigger and bigger as they grow out towards the edges. And it's the same. And so once I figured out that math, my starter locks started to be like super perfect. So the last few people that got them from me is like, they got excellent. Because no, I've been doing it for a long time, and instinctually I did a lot of that, but it wasn't until I fully understood it that I'm like, oh, that's why. It's good. It's good stuff. Because it's been science all along. Everybody's like, oh my God, the art. And I'd be like, whole time I ain't did no art. Whole time I'm over here a mathematician and a scientist. And people are like, oh, you're such a wonderful artist. Like when the math and the science are correct, the art creates itself. I'm not even the creator of the art. I'm just finding it in there. I seeked it and I found it. But I didn't create it. I just figured out how it works. That's it. And I love it so very much. I think that made me want to understand it better. So I think a lot of people do it and they don't mind doing it. They might rather do something else, but this is paying the bills. Or maybe they just want something that they think is easy money, but they're not really considering everything. But I know they got to see the bad stuff. It was the bad stuff that I was seeing that would made me be like, something's wrong here. We got to figure this thing out. And I feel like other people are just doing it and not even thinking about it. They're just doing it. They don't care if it's right or not.